trying to tell here? Okay, I'll go with one more sentence. They were too close to the door to close it. Well, today I was just looking into my WhatsApp messages and somebody messaged me that English is not an easy language to learn. And in that, there was this thing called as heteronyms, something new that I learned. And in that, what happens, every word, there are certain words, not every word, there are some words who are spelled the same way, but pronounced maybe in a different way, and the meaning changes completely. Like the present is also for the time. The same spelling, same word goes for the present as a gift. Same way, desert. It could be a desert, dry desert, the eating desert. So these are called heteronyms. I just wanted to share with you guys. It is not connected with anywhere with this meeting today because we're going to have a great session. I am sure about that. So let us begin. I welcome you all to our 31st meeting of the Showstoppers Toastmasters Club. Good evening, everyone. And let us begin with the club mission. So I request you all to please keep your hand on your chest and repeat the club mission along with me. The mission of a Toastmaster club is to provide a mutual, supportive, and positive learning environment in which every individual member has the opportunity to develop oral communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster self confidence and personal growth. With this comes to our rules of the meetings, the meeting etiquettes. As usual, keep your mobile phones off, and as far as possible, don't even keep it on vibration, really disturbing. But if you are using the same for this meeting, please keep at a good distance so that we can see you very clearly and even hear you clearly. The meeting, as usual, we cannot have the discussion of any of those three taboo topics, the sex, religion, and politics. We need to applaud. Applauding is very important in Toastmasters, in all our meetings. It gives a very good energy to all the participants around. And most of all, this meeting is going to be recorded. So if anybody has issue regarding it, you can contact the XComs or you can write a message in the chat box. With this, let me call our very elegant, our beautiful, our always charming, enthusiastic president, Toastmaster Tina. Please come and address us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Surabhi, has always, your exuberance just brings our showstopper meeting to new light. And thank you so much for, starting off the meeting with a bang. And before any further ado, let me call to order meeting number 31. This meeting is going to be a little different, a little special, because it's not the usual kind of a meeting that we have. Now, thinking on your feet and being able to speak legibly and also sensibly within few minutes of just thinking or thought process is not very easy. I mean, imagine yourself at a wedding. There was always that snarky aunt or uncle who's always ready to, comment on maybe the way you're dressed, or maybe your marital status, or maybe your status of not having a child. And at that moment, probably you'll be like thinking, oh my God, I need to, I need to have a retort to this. I need to have exactly when are you getting married, or when are you having your next child, and so forth. So at that moment, you're always, you just want to have a snarky retort or a snide retort so that, they just keep quiet for that very particular minute. But most often than not, it is always after that moment has passed and we have come home, we sit down and we think, oh my God, I wish I told her this, or I wish I told him that. And probably I would have just shut out that conversation once and for all. So it's not easy. And I feel table topics is something that is like a real-time practice for us to think on our feet. They give us topics out of the blue, and you're just given a few seconds to immediately think about it. And then you're supposed to talk sensibly and also try to bring in a little bit of humor, a little bit of snarkiness, a little bit of snide, and so forth. So it's a great platform. And that's one thing I really love about Toastmasters, because it prepares you for real time situations, real life scenarios such as this. And right now, today, we have a wonderful training session that is by someone really charismatic, a real elegant speaker who can actually give us the tips and tricks of making sure that we master this particular area of table topics. Now, I have only talked to him once. I have heard him also talking once, but I know and I've heard from him, him to be a very charismatic speaker, a very confident speaker. I know that he's been a Toastmaster for the past over 6 years. He's a chartered accountant by profession. He is a member of the City of Gold and Take the Debate, Toastmasters Club. And he is also the Division L Division Director. So it is my great honor and pleasure to welcome Toastmaster Stephen to the Showstoppers to have take us through a wonderful session of table topics. Great to have you here, sir. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Tina. You could have gone on. I mean, it's only 4:43. I mean, I don't mind you keeping on talking. I mean, it's a nice table topics. I think the first table topics to you, Tina, is what is Steven to you? As simple as that. Thank you so much, Tina. I mean, looking at the way both Surabhi and Tina spoke, I think it's great that I think there's a lot of energy in this club. And oh my God, I can see myself. I don't like that. All right, so now I'm going to look at all of you together. So first and foremost, guys, good evening to all of you. I can see that some of you are a bit camera shy. If you can switch on your cameras, great. If you can't, it's absolutely fine. I will still call you onto the stage. It doesn't matter. I have showed all non-video participants, so it's all there. Okay, so it's amazing that last time I did this session, it was also in a place which had a full panel of ladies. Okay, and I told them a joke which did not go so well, and I will tell the joke and I'll tell you why it didn't go so well. So I was like, so I started off my session by saying the last time I was in this much bunch of ladies, it was actually in my hometown, and all like 10 or 12 aunties were trying to force me to get married. So at that time, Nimmi, the president of that club, sends me a private message saying, "Are you indirectly calling us old?" So I won't make the same mistake here. Okay, I think you guys are very young. Let me just say that straight away, and I don't feel awkward at all. Okay, so I just want to thank Shobha for this chance to do it. So before I share the screen and get into details, I'll tell you how we're going to do this. Okay. First of all, one thing about me is I'm a very big stickler for time. Okay. So do we have a timer here by any chance? Or one of you can volunteer to be a timer, a personal timer?
I can be a timer if it's okay.
Okay, so Shobha, since I said that I'm tired of seeing Shobha's face, she has decided that she will become the timer, so I don't get to see her face. Very smart, Shobha. Okay, so what we are going to do right now is, I'm very mindful of the time. I know that poster it was written 4:30 to 6:30, but we are going to do a hard close at 6 for sure. Okay. My only request to all of you is, okay, I will make it interactive for sure, but my only request to you is, at any point of time, if you have any doubt, feel free to unmute yourself. I will somehow or the other bring the time back to 6 o'clock. Don't worry about that. But make sure that you participate wholeheartedly. Otherwise, you're just wasting everyone's time over here. So don't take it as a time waste. Just go ahead and try to do the best as you can by asking doubts and participating. Okay. So what we are going to do. So you're going to hear my voice a lot. So get used to it. Okay, I'm sorry, but there's nothing you can do about it. There is no co-trainer or anything like that. So you're going to see this face for a long time and hear my voice. But the good news is we're going to have an interactive session where how we're going to do it is, one thing which I told the Desert Divas is, and I want to tell you guys also the same thing, is that I'm not going to teach you the art of impromptu speaking. Okay. So if you need to learn what to say to your husbands or your partners or your boyfriends, or I just told that you guys are very young. So whoever it is, or you want to know what to tell your family or your friends or anything, this is not the platform for that. I'll do another education session for that. What we are going to do right now is teach you tips and techniques to win the table topics contest. Okay, so we're going to have a table topics contest. We're going to go in detail that whatever topic you guys get, you can structure it in a certain way and then use your imagination, because the way Shelma speaks is different from way Flammy, oh, love your name, Flammy, and it's different from the way Manpreet speaks, right? It's just completely different. But one mistake which all of us make during a contest is we don't know where to start, we don't know where to end, we don't have a structure, and we just talk something, and after 1.5 minutes we realize what the hell was the topic and where have I reached right now. Okay, so what I have noticed is in a table topics contest, usually the one who wins is the one who is structured in his thinking in his or her thinking process. Okay, so it's very important that you learn different structures. So there's no one structure that you have to use throughout. Okay, so for Kavita and Shobha, who has already seen this this education session, I hope that my face is entertaining enough for the next half an hour, because it's going to take at least that. And after that, whoever wants to speak, okay, we'll just give random table topics and we will take it up to 6 o'clock. Okay, so we'll have that sort of atmosphere. First and foremost, I want, let me see how many techniques do I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 4. All right, fine. I need 3 volunteers and their names should not be Surabhi and Tina. I want 3 volunteers. Anyone can just raise your hands up, or else I'll just pick and choose anyway. So it doesn't matter to you. Okay, Manpreet is smiling. I'll take her as one of the volunteers. I told you I'm just going to pick and choose. I've always hated it when my teacher used to do that. So I'll do that. Secondly, it is going to be, it's going to be Flammy. You want to take up the second? Okay, you will be the one of the techniques. And Masarat, that's your name, right? Okay, you will be for the third one. Okay, and I need a senior Toastmaster, so I think Tina, you will be my 4th volunteer. Okay, after that we will just have fun doing easy table topics. Okay, so let's quickly go to the chat is enabled, right? So you, in case any of you have any doubts, you can. 1 second, my bad. All right. Okay, then let's start the table topics session. Can you, 1 second? I think the screen, there is something wrong. Okay. I'll just swap. Can you guys see the screen? Is it in slideshow mode by any chance?
Yes, we can see the screen.
1 second. I don't think it's in slideshow mode. Okay. 1 second. Display settings. Shift F5. Okay. You can see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So Tina, I need not Tina, sorry. I think Shobha is the timer. Shobha, let's do 20, 25, and 30. Okay. Okay. So if you guys have any doubts during this entire session, please feel free to put it in chat, or just go ahead and I'll have specific spots where you can ask your questions. Okay. So first and foremost, there is this, I know it's being recorded and I'm the divisional director and I'm not supposed to say this, but there is this bullshit story which goes around that table topics is easy. Okay. It's not easy. Okay. Anyone who tells you that is easy is just trying to motivate you or is the table topics master. Trust me. Okay. It's not easy for somebody to be put on the spot, given a topic, and say that you have to do an international speech quality speech. Because think about what a table topics is. It's a speech, right? You need an opening, body, conclusion, vocal variety, body language, pitch, volume, rate, enthusiasm, effectiveness, and all that thing you need to have. But you're supposed to do a think within 10 seconds and you're supposed to speak. It's very difficult to do that. So don't think that table topics is, what do you say, is easy. It's not. And if you're able to do a good job, you should give yourself a pat on the back. But what we are going to do today, like I said, is very simple, where we are going to make our lives easier. So depending on the topic, we're going to get very specific techniques which we can use, basically like the skeleton. so that we can wrap the meat and the skin and the the muscles around it, so it becomes a bit more easier. Okay, so which technique you should do, that depends on the topic. What you have to say on stage, that depends on your imagination, your topic, or whether you got into a fight with a family member 5 minutes before the contest, it just messes your mood up, right? So that depends on a lot of factor, and I can't do anything about that. But what I can do and the value I can add is help you understand the structure. But before that, very importantly, if you guys don't listen anything in this education session, it is this part. Okay, imagine this to be your Bible. So there is a table topics ballot. Let's say there are 200 people in the division I contest. Okay, trust me when I say it doesn't matter if you get applause from 190, the virtual applause, that clap which you delegate your kid to make because you are out there making something or doing something else. Yeah, that doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter you make 190 people or you change the lives of 190 people. If you're able to do that and you're Sadhguru, that's great, good for you, and I highly appreciate that. But your end objective is to win. That's it. Yes, participation is important, but if you're in it to win it, this is what you need to do. You need to please those 10 people called judges, 10 to 20 or how much ever judges there are. If you are able to get points on your ballot, you have won the game. So you understand, right? The focus should not be on the audience. The focus should not be on changing lives. The focus should be on winning the contest. And to do that, remember that content is 55%. Believe it or not, Surbhi, in international speech, it's only 50% for content. For table topics, it's 55%. Why? Don't ask me, I didn't make the ballot. But I'm trying to tell that the content is more important than anything else in a table topics. So now I'm just going to quickly go through it. So when we talk about content, it's mainly two things. One is speech development. And if you are somebody who loves writing notes, just write very basic points. Speech development is that it should have an opening, body, conclusion. And whatever you say, it should have something like a personal story or an example or statistics or illustrations. You get it, right? Something solid. So you develop the speech where you have a good catchy opening, you talk about the points that you want to say, and you end it with a bang. Then you have effectiveness. Now, effectiveness, basically, if I am a judge, what I think about is effectiveness is, number one, has the person added any value in my life? Was there really a message in this? Even if there is no message, was the speaker able to communicate his thoughts effectively to me? Because I don't know what's in his mind, but what is in his mind, am I, as a listener, within 2 minutes, have I gotten to know what is there in his or her mind? That is what effectiveness is all about. So if you're able to do that, content 55 is done. Then you have the other two, delivery and language. Now, language is appropriateness and correctness. You don't need to use heteronyms. You don't need to use any of the, those catchy, this one. What you need to do is, number one, try to speak with good English and good grammar. Okay, that you can't do magic on the last day anyways. You have to develop that by doing table topics and speeches and also leave that. Basically, good grammar, decent vocabulary, and using words which are appropriate. So you don't need to do a Shashi Tharoor on stage, but whatever words you use, it should be meaningful and understandable. That's it. So that's what the language is. Easy to understand and the right appropriate language. And delivery, my humble request to all of you, please stand and deliver during the contest. Okay. Now you can sit, you can do it. It doesn't matter. But the problem with sitting is, like right now, you can see my hand going out of the screen, right? Because I don't have any stage speaking area at all. So push the camera aside, have at least 2 paces forward, sideways, so that you can move around and act out your speech rather than. So physical is basically your body language. Please don't dramatize too much on stage. You're not doing theater acting. You're just speaking what is appropriate for the speech. So basically, if you're talking about your child crying, don't laugh, or don't do the opposite of what your speech is saying. So don't do things like that. When it talks about voice, be it in an international speech or in a table topic, there are three things. Write this down. One is the pitch. So when you're talking like a man, don't speak in a very high pitch voice. So you understand. So the pitch. I mean, if you know singing, it's very simple to know what pitch is. Then you have volume. When you're giving a very sullen message, bring down your voice, be more, don't scream out the message, sort of a thing. So that's the volume. And then is rate. Rate is basically the number of words per minute. So I talk fast because Shobha is already is like you're wasting too much time on one slide. I need to finish it off within 30 minutes, right? So I talk very fast. But when you're doing a table topics, try to bring it down, especially when you're giving a message or something important. Try to bring down the number of words per minute. And if you're just telling a story and it's fun story, you can go faster. So I don't know exactly if even if you haven't, if I know I've spoken very fast about the scoring criteria. If you have any doubts, just have a look at the international speech. I mean the table topics ballot. Behind that, there's a detail about what is content, delivery, and language. Guys, focus on content, and we'll speak more about what exactly is content. Okay. Okay, now I'm just going to push the screen down and I will look at a new set of people. Okay, great. Now let's see how this one. Okay, Shalma is smiling. Yes, Shalma, I looked at you. I'm looking at you right now. Okay, so now let's look at techniques. Okay, so are we guys ready for the first technique? Now, 80% of the table topics that I've seen in contests, guys, is topics about whether you agree or disagree on something. 80% of the topics. So if you know this, it's going to be gold for you. Okay, so let's say that you have a topic. The topic simply is men should not marry women who are older than them. Okay, let's just have that topic. Okay, let's take up first. You have to tell the audience. So you start off. No, I'm not going to tell how you have to speak. You can do it any way that you want. But I want who's first? Manpreet, right? I want Manpreet and whoever is trying to do the example topic to think about these are the 4 steps. One is position. First, do you agree or disagree? I believe that men should marry women who are older than them. Okay, so that's the position that you have taken. Then you have to give reasons. Okay, why do you think that? Now, in my opinion, if I'm put on the spot, it will say that women who are older are more experienced, they have faced life more, they are automatically more caring, more loving, they're more mature as people. So that is a bunch of things that we can talk about, which is a bit, what do we say? I wouldn't say easy to understand. Just one second, guys. Sweet. Sorry, I'm in office. That's why I'm so really sorry about that. Okay, so so like I was telling, give your reasons. So you can be anything that you want, and then you have to give personal examples. Not personal, it can be any example. It can be somebody's life. For example, I would say that my cousin actually married somebody who was 2 years elder, and it was the best decision that he took. I can give an example about a fun incident which happened and how she literally saved his life or something of that sort. And in the end, remind the audience once again what the position is. And that's why I believe that men should be allowed to marry women who are older than them. Okay, so whatever topic is given, prep. What is your position? Give maximum 2 reasons, maximum 2, because it's only 2 minutes. Don't give more than that. 2 reasons. Give 1 example at least. Okay, if it's a solid example, give 1 example, and then end it with the position again. All right, I hope that everyone was able to understand. So PREP. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, Manpreet, can you just unmute yourself? By
Yeah,
the way,
I also had one question about this. Usually in speech and all, they say that to reinforce, you should repeat the topic as it is, right? So here, do we need to do that, or we can just rephrase it in the way we want, and that's it?
so one of the things that I have seen people do is the topic presented to me is so and so, so and so, so and so. You don't have to do that. I would suggest rephrase it and make it your own. Okay, make it your own. As mean, don't change the topic, make the topic your own in your own words, sort of a thing. But you can go crazy. I mean, there are lots of small tips, but I can't finish it in half an hour, where you can start off with a quote, you end it up with you connect the opening and the closing together. So there are subtle tricks like that, which later, if you want to know, Shobha has my number, so you can contact me directly. But as of now, because we are a common audience, let's just do PREP in any way that you want. Okay, Manpreet, don't think of right, wrong, anything, but just make sure in your mind that you do PREP. Okay, so let's start. The topic to you is, should men be allowed to cook in the kitchen? Should men be allowed to cook in the kitchen? Toastmaster Manpreet. Shobha, 1.5, 2. Okay, all right.
Good evening, everybody. Men should never be allowed to cook in the kitchen. This I'm telling you from my own experience. Look at my husband. The day he enters kitchen, and even when he's just preparing those 2 minutes ready noodles, which you call Maggie, and then it takes me half hour to clean the kitchen. Oh my God, what a mess. I don't think so. Men should be allowed to cook in the kitchen. The way he will come and help me to cut salad, and then all those peels around the kitchen, which I have to clean later on with that peeler, the knife, and everything. I don't think so. Men should be allowed to cook in the kitchen. I wish we had men who were, born chefs. I would rather ask them to come and enter, but unfortunately, they are not. So I don't think so. Men should be allowed to cook in the kitchen. Thank you. Over to you.
Wow. Can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Manpreet? I loved how in between you were just waiting for the green light to come. That was actually quite nice. I mean, we all do that. Don't worry about it. I mean, we all do that. I mean, it was extremely well done. I think beautifully done. So, guys, did you see the way she was doing? She was a model example of the fact, first and foremost, she took the position that men should not be allowed to cook in the kitchen. Okay, which basically she went against the topic, which is actually quite beautiful, Manpreet. I love that. If I was the judge, I would have actually given you additional points because of that. So you actually went against the topic, right? You gave your reason that basically they mess up the kitchen, and then you gave personal example about your husband, about when he was making salad and all of that, and you ended by talking about the position once again, that men should not be allowed to cook in the kitchen. So overall, you did the cycle really well, and you just need to keep on practicing this again and again. Okay. And another good thing that Manpreet did, which all of you should do, is when you presented a topic, one of the mistakes we do in contests is we start talking immediately. Okay. Imagine that it's the 2 most important minutes of your life. Would you just simply start talking? No. You would take some time, take 10 seconds, understand what it is, understand what the topic, think about which technique you're going to use. Okay, one thing is for sure, by the time you think which technique it is and how you're going to structure, let's say PREP, your 10 seconds is gone. Okay, so do take those 10 seconds and structure your table topics so that you can be more effective. But overall, Manpreet, great job. Absolutely loved it. And at this rate, I think you guys should be giving me a training session and not the other way around. So good job. I mean, Surabhi, Tina, and all of you guys, excellently spoken. Now let's look at the next one. Okay, so who was my second one? Flammy, right? Okay, Flammy is this one. All right, fine. So Flammy, yours is going to be, and I hope that Manpreet, just because you learned prep doesn't mean you don't learn the other techniques. Okay, learn the other ones also.
Sure.
Okay. So let's look at the second one, and that is PPF. Okay, so by the way, prep is to be used when it is a topic where you can speak for or against the topic, where you agree or disagree with the topic. Okay, the second one is PPF. So Flammy, if there is ever a topic, okay, where maybe they're asking you a personal experience, or they're asking you how your opinion has changed or something of that sort, where you can clearly say, this is what I thought about in the past, this is what I feel in the present, and this is what I feel in the future. Now, it can be an opinion, or it can be how life has changed, or you're describing your house, or what do you think the definition of mediocrity is, or whatever it might be. If you can structure it, and if your opinion or if your experience, if your opinion or experience has changed over a period of time, you can use this technique. So if they're asking your opinion, or if they're asking for an experience, you can use PPF technique. Okay, so PPF Flammy is very simple. What did you think about in the past? What changed, for you to move from past to present? What is your opinion in the present, and what is your opinion in the future? Now, if you think that you're not sure about the future, you can say that you're not sure about the future, but you have to say why. Okay, so basically, past, the changes which led to the present, the changes which led to the future, and the future. Okay, by the time you say this, 2 minutes will get over. Don't worry about that. Okay, don't worry about time over here. But if you describe it properly, it comes. So if they're asking your opinion or your, what do you say, experience over a lifetime. Okay, if you can do it. So the topic to you, Flammy, is Flammy, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Happiness for me is Toastmaster Flammy.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Happiness for me is something that is happening. So, believe me, like before, when I was very young, I thought happiness is all about materialistic things that I will get from somebody. If I get something, I'll be more happy. If I get good marks, good gifts during occasions, I'll be happy, more happy. Then when I move to a little bit older, I can say it's moved to a different sort of, what I can tell is it's now I will tell. That is the present, right? Present. I think I am enjoying like the moment. In the moment, what I am experiencing, whatever I am getting now, I want to experience it and happy about that. And for the future, maybe I'll think about my siblings or the experiences happened in the past. I will cherish it, and I'll think more about maybe the happiness that moments brought will make me more happy in the future. Thank you. Over to you, Stephen George.
Thank you so much. Can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Flammy? Let's just give a, Shobha, you also clap for her, no? Just because your timer, okay, thank you. Right, so, okay, so Toastmaster Flammy, we should look at her face of relief. I love it when table topics is over and the speakers. You know, one of my favorite part of Toastmasters is to look at a speaker after they have done with their table topic. Next time, just experiment and see, okay? Right, so Toastmaster Flammy, what I loved about your speech was you had the PPF technique and you did it really well in terms of, in the past, I believe you said it was materialistic things, okay? Then it moved on to present, which is Surprisingly, in the present, you love the present. That is the moment. Okay, that's what you love. And in the future, you're talking about, you're not sure, but you believe that it's going to be the siblings, the family, and all of that. Okay, you followed the technique really well, and you did that. My only point of improvement for you, Flammy, is just relax, just be a bit free, and it's all good. Try to also, the way to get an audience engaged, okay, is to give examples. Okay, like for example, when you said about your past, you could be that when I used to get the latest, for example, for me, if I get the latest PlayStation or the Samsung S21 Ultra, which released yesterday, or something of that sort, that would give me a lot of pleasure. Today, it is about the moment. Like right now, you could have buttered up my ego by saying, listening to you, Stephen, or being with friends right now. That exactly is giving me a lot of joy. And in the future, you have no idea, but I'm going to enjoy my present, and that is what I believe is happening. So, when you do this technique, when you talk about your opinions in the past, present, and future, just use examples to liven up the topic. But I love how you went through the structure. So structure wise, you're extremely good. So you just need a little bit of practice. Okay, so good job on that. And now we have, who's my third one? Masarat, that's you, right? I can't hear you.
Yes, Stephen.
Okay. Your name is Masarat. Am I
Yes.
pronouncing it correct?
Yeah, you're pronouncing it absolutely correct.
What does the name mean?
Happiness. Happiness for me is Masarat, actually.
Oh my God, you would have just loved this topic, no? In the past, it was Masarat. In the present, it is Masarat. In the future, it is Masarat. Why? Because my name is Masarat. Then drop the mic and just leave. That's it. Anyway, so for you, Masarat, okay? And Manpreet, I hope you heard PCS also. Okay? I mean, not PCS, the other one, PPF. Okay? So we went through
Yes.
prep. Prep was when we have a topic we agree or disagree on. The other one was PPF, is past, present, and future. Now we are going to get problem, cause, solution. Okay. Very rarely do we have this, because usually they don't give these topics because they don't want to be negative in a table topics contest. So they very rarely give it. But I've seen that this usually happens at a DTAC level where it becomes a bit more tighter. So hopefully one of you reaches that level, you're going to face tougher topics. So this topic is basically, guys, they will ask you about a topic which is a problem. So PCS, problem, cause, solution. Okay. So what you have to do is, and I'm going to say your name, Masarat, just replace your respective name. What you need to do, Masarat, is state whether it is a problem or not. If it is a problem, say that it is a problem. If it is not a problem, it is not a problem. Okay. But if it is a problem, state what exactly is the impact of this problem. Like what exactly is the cause of this, what exactly is the scale of this problem, like what exactly is the impact, where, how many people, or what exactly is this one. Thirdly, talk about the causes, like why is it caused. And then last but not the least, which is the value add, is giving practical simple solutions to resolve it. Okay, so just need to go through this thing of state whether it's a problem, state what is the problem and how many people or what it impacts. You don't need to say how many people, you can just give your personal impact if you want to. You don't need to give, according to a study by Harvard University in 2009, you don't need to do all of that because it's not a debate competition. Then talk about what are the possible causes, and don't give too many causes, just give two and a solution to the problem if possible. Okay, so Toastmaster Masarat, are you ready?
Yes, Stephen.
Okay, so the topic to you is, children are spending too much time in front of mirrors. Children are spending too much time in front of mirrors. Toastmaster Masarat.
Good evening, showstoppers and Toastmaster Stephen. Children are spending too much time in front of mirrors. I don't think so. My children, at least, are spending too much time in front of mirrors. In fact, I want them to spend their time in front of mirrors. Given the current pandemic situation, they are more of like being more lazy. They don't want to see themselves. They don't want to comb their hair. They don't want to brush their hair properly. They don't want to apply any kind of moisture or cream to keep the skin moist and well in play. Well, and the reason I want them to groom themselves. I want them to not only be internally fit, but also I want them to look more clean and tidy from my outside, also external appearance also. As I being mother, I want them to be perfect in all the ways, be it internal or external. And solution. Now, solution to this problem, it is okay if they are not spending too much time in front of mirrors. I hope they don't spend too much of time in front of uh, their gadgets or virtual meetings or the virtual games. At least they should take their time out to look after themselves and see others also and learn from them how other children groom themselves. And they have to I really want them to be like how models in fashion show are presenting themselves. So I actually want to see them doing modeling. So I want them to see themselves and spend more time in front of mirror, not at least in front of laptops and play games. Over to you, Toastmaster Steven.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Masrat. Now, in every school, you have these bunch of students, right? If the teacher says something and then they decide to go against the tide, right? To be different. I think Toastmaster Masrat is the right example of that. I loved how the fact that, we said PCS and then you went totally against the fact that it's not a problem at all. I think my children should spend more time in front of mirrors. I think that was extremely, what do you say, very catchy, and it was you went against the tide, and that is actually quite brilliantly done. If I had to attempt this topic in a typical PCS way, what I would say is that children are spending too much time in front of mirrors. Okay, they say that it is a problem. The causes of that is because of this Instagram filled world and all of that. What's happening is people have a wrong perception of beauty, and it is creating a huge impact in terms that kids don't really know the definition of the word beauty, and they forget the fact that internal beauty is more important than external beauty. The only solution possible is actually teaching them and telling them that they are beautiful just the way they are, that they do not need to resort to any external methods of validation to actually showcase what is true beauty, which is within them. So that is probably one way which I would have tackled it. But Masrat, I want to say thank you to the different way that you attempted this topic, and you gave a personal example that was extremely well done. And the topic, I mean, the speech was entertaining throughout. Okay, so I think you did a phenomenal job in terms of that. So can you have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Masrat for doing a great job on that. So now we're going to the last technique, for which I need Tina. Where is Tina? I'm on yellow already. Okay, I need to make everyone speak today, right, Shobha? Correct. Okay, where is Toastmaster Tina? I can't see her face. Okay, she's there down at the bottom. Okay, fine. Now she's gone again. Where is she? Now she's up at the top. Okay, so Toastmaster Tina, right? I think they put you on spotlight. That's why. Okay, so Toastmaster Tina. Okay, as a senior Toastmaster, you're going to try something different. Okay, so this is one of the toughest techniques, and I would highly recommend it. And if you notice, Toastmaster Manpreet did it in her first speech, where you kind of go against the tide, and it is called the Dare 3A or Dare to be Different. Okay, so especially if you're the last speaker, guys, or if everyone is just talking about very, very boring things, and you put a fresh perspective of things and you go against the consensus, that is going to create an impact. And when you create an impact, automatically the marks flow. But my humble request is, if you're a new Toastmaster and you cannot go against the topic, please don't go against the topic, because then it becomes very difficult for you. Okay, so if you want to stick to what you know, stick to what you know. Okay, but Toastmaster Tina, I want you to challenge yourself and go against the topic. It'll be very obvious when you see the topic what is for the topic and what is against the topic. Okay, so just imagine that you're the 8th table topic speaker, The topic to you is honesty is the best policy. Okay. So the first 7 speakers did mention that honesty is the best policy, but you have to go against the topic. Okay. So honesty is the best policy. Toastmaster Tina, honesty is the best policy.
Hold on, 1 minute. Good evening, dear Toastmasters. Honesty is the best policy. I would like to put out the question out to you. Is it really the best policy? Imagine you're wearing a new dress and you've come right in front of your spouse and you're asking him, how do I look? Now, the first instinct is to look at his face. Is it a look of disgust or is it a look of impressiveness? So in his mind, I'm sure what would pop up is, at this moment, honesty is definitely not the best policy. For the sake of my married life or a happy married life, I'd rather go the other way and go the dishonest way. Also, you are in school, you have written your exams, and you come home and your mom asks, how did you do? Did you do well? So, do you want to go the honest way and wreck the rest of the evening? Exams are over. It's time to relax. Again, I'd rather go the easiest way and say, the dishonest way and say, oh, the exam was excellent. I'm going to ace it. And I will enjoy the rest of the evening thanks to my mom thinking that I had a good exam day. She's going to be mounting me with the delicacies that she's prepared for an A student, which I was not in reality. So, my dear Toastmasters, let me just go the different tide or go against the grain and say honesty is definitely not the best policy. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Stephen.
Thank you. A big round of applause, guys. Huge round of applause. Now, since I know your personal values, Toastmaster Tina, I'm really considering that introduction that you gave of me. So, yeah, I mean, I have to actually.
Salt.
Yeah, exactly. Charismatic. Yeah, sure. Anyway, so thank you so much, Toastmaster Tina. Now, did you notice what she did? So when she got the topic, honesty is the best policy. First of all, she went against the topic, right? So she said that it is not really the best policy. And the way she did it is, she gave 2 personal examples. One was about she and her spouse with her married life, and she also gave one with her mother. So because she brought out personal stories, we were able to relate with it more. And that's why I keep saying personal stories. If you can give an abstract story from outside, please do go ahead, but personal stories have a certain touch. So I think all in all, Toastmaster Tina, you actually attempted it really well. And I hope that you are contesting for the Table Topics contest as well. Even if you aren't, at least in the future, you should. I think there's a lot of potential in you to do it well. And you did a fantastic job. So kudos to you, Tina. That was very well done. So let's just quickly just recap, guys, very simply. And I am going to one of, okay, Smita. Where are you? I love the fact that she does her hair like my mother. So I have that. I'm not calling you old, Smita. I'm just saying that your hairstyle is like my mother. That's it. Okay?
I don't mind you calling me old as well.
Oh, okay. That's nice. You don't need to go against the topic right away, Smita. Wait for it. Okay. Okay. Smita, can you just quickly recap what were the techniques that we had learned today, if we get a topic?
Okay. The first one, I forgot the.
It's called prep. It's called
prep.
Yeah.
And then it's the PPF, past, present, future technique. Next comes PCS, that is problem, cause, and solution technique. And the last one is going differently. 3A technique, though I have not understood the meaning of the title here, 3A technique. That is the
Fine, that's
last.
okay. That's okay. That's still a mystery. Don't worry. It's a big mystery, Smita. Okay. Okay, fine. So that's fine. That's extremely. Thank you so much, Smita. So just
You're
do
welcome.
this one. Amy, what was prep? When do we use it? It's okay, sir. Shobha. I'm done. I'm done. So it's just we will spend some time making everyone do table topics. But yeah, Amy, what was prep?
Prep is the first P is the position, and R is the position means whether you agree or disagree with
Thank
the
you.
topic.
I was actually scared you're going to say what is prep. P is position, R is reason, E is example, and P is position. That's it. Good that you're
Okay.
explaining it.
And
Okay.
reason is you give maximum 2 reasons in support, whether you disagree or agree with the topic.
Brilliant.
And giving example, you can give your personal examples or any example to substantiate the topic, as well as the last one is P again, giving the position. So you are reiterating the position, whether you agree or disagree with the topic.
Excellent. Excellent. Oh my God. I love this. Now, sometimes I wish that I was a class teacher. Brilliantly done. Good job. Now, non-video participants. Okay. Seema, are you there? I don't know if she's there at all.
Yes,
she's
good
there.
evening. I'm here. I'm just not able to switch on the camera at the moment. Apologies on that.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. We love your display picture, Seema. It's fine. Right. So what exactly was PCS?
Problem, cause, and solution.
Okay.
So now if a problem is given to us, we need to first discuss what the problem is all about. And then any would be the reason as to why the problem has been caused, and if you have any solutions for it, given a solution. And it's also good to give some personal examples rather than some random ones. And finally, in the end, a proper and the conclusion.
And the conclusion. Okay, brilliant. Good job on that. Thank you so much, Seema. Good to know that non-video participants are also there and fully active. Thankfully, now I know that now Nisma and Shabana are saved. So now, lastly, I'll just go to Shobha. I don't know if she was listening while she was doing the timer role. So let's just test her and then we quickly go on to fun table topics. Okay. So Shobha, what was... when do we use PPF technique, past, present, future?
Normally we do that, like the question that is given to us is on some experience that we face on a personal level, so that we can relate to it in our past and give something which is happening now and what we would like to
do in the
future.
Okay, excellent. Manpreet, which is the Shelma? Oh, I forgot you completely. Hi, Shelma. Right. Okay. Quick question on this one is, if you're doing a table topics, what is the most important thing in a table topic? The most important thing. Very wordy question, right? You have no idea what I meant, right? Okay, fine. I'll explain it once again. Let's say that you want to win a table topics. What is the main focus of a table topic that you attempt?
Are you asking me the content part, or I mean, it's you said?
Yeah, the answer is content, but if you can just explain what content means.
Content means the way you have the speech has been developed and the effectiveness of it. Like the speech development, you can have a catchy opening, and wherein you speak, when you begin the speech, you can have with a nice opening. You can give some personal experiences over there, and the way it is, that effectiveness, like how it has reached the audience, whether they were able to connect to it and all that. So that is the most key important thing for table topics.
Okay, fine. So that means body language and all is not important at all, right?
Yeah, it is important, but this is having 55% of the thing you said. As you said, the content is the king. So yes, this is more important. And
I'm just messing with you, Sharma. Don't worry about it. I love doing it. That's why it just gives me sadistic pleasure. Don't worry. Okay, fine. So now what we are going to do, Shobha, we are done. Okay, so what we will do is I still have 28 minutes. I need to know how many of you are going to contest for the table topics contest. Can I just get a show of hands? I'm going to help the XCOM decide how many of you are going to contest. Smita, yes. Kavita, yes. Manpreet, yes. Okay, 3. Okay, Seema, Shabana, Nisma. Okay, interesting. Flammy, very nice, huh? You're not. Okay, fine. We'll see. We'll see about that. Okay, fine. So all of you, Amy, everyone. Okay, fine. So what we are going to do is we are going to do some fun table topics. Okay, so we have time. Shobha, let's do 1, 1.5, 2. Okay, so 1 second. Okay, before that, I think I just need to quickly go through just few things which might help you. These are just my personal, this ones. I'll just quickly go through that without wasting too much time. Okay, there is a person by the name of DTM Sujit Sugumaran. Okay, so he was a DTAC table topics champion. And one thing that he said, which is pretty amazing, is when he went to the DTAC, he said he has practiced over 1,000 table topics. Okay, now let's be honest. When is the club contest, Tina?
Next week.
It's next week. You're not going to do 1,000 table topics for sure. Okay, don't even think about it. But what you guys can do is on a daily basis, 5 table topics. All you need to do is type in Google sample table topics and you'll get a full list of table topics. 5 into 7 is 30, 35. What that does is it helps you to structure your thoughts better. So sometimes you might get a topic which you have done before or you can relate to. So that is why it is important that you do at least 5 per day. Okay. Next important thing is whatever you do, listen carefully to the topic. Now, the topic is going to be said twice and it might be sent to you via chat. That's what the district PQD has told. Okay, it will be sent to you by private chat as well. Make sure that you, this one, I remember Hashim telling once that in a division level contest, apparently the topic is pain is temporary. Okay, but he heard it as paint is temporary. And then he went on talking about why paint is temporary. And then he started using Berger paints and all of that. He made it into humorous and he did pretty well for himself when he decided. But make sure that you listen to the table topic really, really well. Okay. And you know, if you have started with something, try to connect the opening and the closing. And whatever happens, even though I said that winning is important, try to have fun while doing the entire process or don't do it at all. If it's not going to, what do you say, bring joy to you while doing it, don't do anything in your life, not just table topics. So that's the do's. The don'ts, which is more important, is when you start off your speech, don't say that, oh, I'm not sure about this topic, or I don't know what this topic means. So, you know, don't start off in a negative tone. Be very positive and start off with a bang. Okay. Don't try to pre-plan things. Like already you have an apple on in your suit pocket or your dress and you're like, somehow or the other I'm going to use this apple in a speech. Okay, like for example, honesty is the best policy. You'll use that apple and you will say, make a story about the fact that you loved eating apples and you ate an apple which was there in the bowl of fruits, and your mother asked who ate that apple. You said that it wasn't you. Don't do all of that. Okay, don't pre-plan things. Just be free as much as possible. And one more important thing is when you're thinking about the topic or something, try not to look down, up, to the side and all of that, because since it's a table topics, you will be thinking quite a lot even during the speech. Unlike an international speech contest where every single word has a body language and vocal variety attached to it, table topics, you are going to think during the speech. Just make sure you don't look at your feet or look up or sideways, because it creates a negative image. Okay, so these are just some subtle tips and tricks that you can use. Okay, so let's try to have some fun right now. Okay, so 5:36 we're going to have Toastmaster Amy. Shall we start off with you? Okay.
Yeah.
She's not even unmuting herself. Ah, okay, good.
I'm not
It's
ready for
Toastmaster Amita. She's
Yeah,
Toastmaster
Amita.
Amita, not Amy. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I mean, okay. Who's Amy then? Oh, it's a short name. Okay. Okay. So it's Amita, is it?
Yes, it is Amita.
Amita. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. The topic is I'll keep it very simple. Okay. Let's do something very simple. Let's do a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. A bird in hand is worth two in the bush. Toastmaster Amita. And I want, while Amita thinks, I want you guys to also think about how you guys would have attacked this topic. Okay? Toastmaster Amita. There you go.
A bird in hand is worth two in the bush. I agree with this. I believe in this because I believe that whatever is there, whatever is given to you is by the grace of God. And He has planned things for you. That is how you are getting it in the course of your life. It need not be that you must run around getting more things, which may or may not be good for you. That's, so
Okay,
I
let's work this together, Amita. Okay, which is the technique that you're going to use for this?
Maybe agree or disagree. Prep.
Agree. There's no other way to do this. I mean, you can do the other one, PPF, but then you'll have to give a big story. It won't last in 2 minutes. Okay. What is the position that you're taking for this one? We'll work it together. Okay.
I agree with this.
You agree with the topic. So you need to specifically state that you totally agree with the fact that a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. So you're not doing the dare to be different way. You are going along with the tide. Okay. Give me two reasons why you believe that. Two reasons. That's it. First of all, you said already one, that you believe that everything that you get in life is a blessing. Correct. So you want to count your blessings. I totally agree with you. Okay. Can you think of one more reason why you believe that a bird in hand is worth two in the bush? That's it. In 5 seconds, if you can't come up with two reasons, just stick with one reason. That's it. Okay. So even for everyone, if you cannot come up with 2 or 3 reasons, stick to one reason. That's it. Okay. Now you know that that is your reason. So you are going to say that you genuinely believe that you have to be content with the things in life, that everything that you have in your life is a blessing from the Almighty, and you want to cherish and enjoy the things that you have, be it the people, be it the simple materialistic things in life. You want to enjoy that. Can you give any one personal example of how you're cherishing and you believe that it is a blessing from God? Any one thing in your life?
When I was supposed to get married, there were many proposals, but the person whom I got married to, that person's photo came directly into my hand when the postmaster delivered the envelope. And as soon as I opened the envelope, I saw the photo and it clicked that it has to be him. And that is how I believe.
Perfect. That's it. That's it. So you understood, right? So you have an example. You could have made it a perfect humorous speech where it's like, it's not just a bird in hand. A man in hand is worth, men in the... Okay. Don't, now when I think about it, I understand you should not have said it out loud, but you know what I meant, right? I mean, it's perfectly said in terms of the fact that you got a proposal. It was the one which fell on your hand. So it's a twist to the entire topic. The topic literally means that what you have is more important. So it just literally fell on your hand. So that was brilliantly done. And end it with the position once again.
So I reiterate the topic. So I believe that a bird in hand is worth two in the bush.
Excellent. Perfect. Can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Amita? The way she, so just structure your topic around this. Okay, so brilliantly done. Okay, now Kavita, can we come to you? I know that you're contesting.
Hi. Yeah, good evening.
Okay, Kavita, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. What is the definition of success in your life? What is the definition of success in your life?
Good evening, everybody. Success means, to me, is something which I have achieved in my life. When I joined engineering college, I dreamt that I wanted to be a successful engineer so that I can build 3-story or multi-storied building. But I did not succeed. Then the success was to become a successful wife. I failed again. The next step was I wanted to be a successful mother. Yes, I am a successful mother. I'm a mother of 2. And I'm very happy that I am helping my children to reach their goal, to get successful life in success in their life.
And the future. You anyway use the PPF techniques. So
yes,
use
yeah.
in the future.
In future, I want to be a successful grandmother. Thank you.
Oh my God. Okay. I like that. Okay, so let's look at what she had done. I love the way you began, by the way, past, present, and future. Now, one thing that I want to state for everyone is when you use the past, present, future, when you give examples, like for example, when he said about past is she spoke about she wanted to build a 3-story building, right? So that is an example, right? So state what exactly it is. Like for example, you wanted, for you success was having a successful career, like having a lot of money, building on this one. So that is what success is. Okay, and then you can give an example of building a 3-storied house. So you understand. So first build the point, and then you build the example. Okay, and then past, present, and future. I love how you stated it in a funny way, but in the end, when you use this technique, you can always, you know, state that the definition of success keeps on changing during our lives, and I'm excited to know what happens in the future. Okay, so that is when you use it.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
But overall, I think you did a phenomenal job. I love the ending part of it. Okay,
Really, this is my dream.
yeah, to be
if I have achieved that, that means complete. To become a grandmother.
Sound just like my mother now. Okay, moving on. Toastmaster Smitha, I know that you're also contesting, so let's I'll give you something different. Okay, this is actually in the Division I contest, so it's fine. Necessity is the mother of invention. Okay, necessity is the mother of invention. Toastmaster Smitha.
Necessity is the mother of invention, indeed. I never thought it would be necessary to learn online Toastmaster sessions or through online Toastmaster sessions. And I never thought of learning as well, whether it is how to join in Zoom meetings or how to speak online, how to use these microphones and make sure that the people are hearing me. All these things, I never thought I would ever learn all this, because I thought there was no necessity as such. Then in the year 2020, when the pandemic hit, I had to learn, and initially it was uncomfortable learning, but I realized over the time it was a fun learning online, instead of wasting time on the traffic and traveling how we used to meet earlier. Obviously, that's not the topic. Okay, I messed it up already. Okay, now so our whether the you know it. Okay, whether the necessity is the that is a okay reasoning. How do I reason it now? Okay, reason is over, right? Now the position. Okay, how do I position it? You help me, Stephen. How do I position the last sentence?
Okay, first and foremost, Smita, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to make faces while you're speaking. Okay. There are a lot of kids like Tina's kid who will come and show their face, and all the attention goes there. I saw Surabhi's kid also coming. There will be some person like Steven who does this face or that face. A lot of disturbance will happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't worry about that. You just focus on what is your speech. Okay. That's as simple as that. Okay, so Smita, what you did. So now let's talk about what you did. I want everyone to pay attention. The topic given to her was necessity is the mother of invention. She's paused for 10 seconds, right? 5 to 10 seconds. She thought about it. Okay. So during that time, Smita, were you able to exactly say what is PREP? Were you able to structure it? Like, what was the thought process during those 10 seconds in your mind?
Collecting the reasons, in fact, or putting up some personal experiences where I was it was necessary for me to learn some new techniques.
Okay, fine. So basically, no, I understand that. So basically what you were doing right now is you were using the prep technique, but you wanted to focus more on the personal example. So you elongated the example part of it, which is fine. Okay, it's absolutely fine. The only downfall of doing that is if it is not a very entertaining or exciting or anything, the audience might not feel one with you. Okay, like for example, when you gave your entire thing about your personal learning online, you could have made it a bit more fun and example. Like for example, you can talk about the fact that you did not know what button to press, and by mistake while you were sharing screen, it went into namshi.com where you saw the latest dress that you were going to buy and everyone saw that, or something different that you want to say so that it gets the audience into that. What you did really well, Smita, is you had the right content. So you knew that you agreed with the topic, right? So you can go ahead in the beginning and say that I totally agree with the topic. And you did say that indeed, that necessity is the mother of invention. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my personal example. Okay, I don't know computers. Okay, the only thing I know about computers is literally the word nothing. I have no clue how to switch on one, what to do with it, nothing. But then with the online, so you did do that. You did that really well. But just make sure that when you give an example, cut short that example and actually give food for thought for the audience by by asking them the question, don't you think that sometimes in life, we don't know what to do, but we innovate and we come up with innovative ways to do something. Like for example, like in cooking or
now I get some examples in household things as well. When we don't have maids around and we have to clean the floor very quickly, there are some other techniques like not really going deep cleaning for a long time, just doing the dry mopping, and all these techniques are invented when the maids are not around, or such examples can be taken.
So you give it back to the audience by asking them questions. Don't you think that? And then you end up with saying that this is why I believe that necessity is the mother of
Mother of
invention. So if you have done that, you've brought it all together. You've given a personal example, you have involved the audience, you have made them think, you said the position in the beginning and you say the position in the end. So that's how you wrap the whole thing. Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. So good job, Smita. Can we have a big round of applause for how she attempted it?
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you.
Okay. Now, can we have our last person, and that's it? Toastmaster Nisma, can we have you on stage? I know, Surabhi, you're so sad. No, you can't talk. It's okay. Don't worry. I'll come another day to showstoppers, and I'll hear you talk properly. Okay.
No, we are sad. The session is going to end soon. It should continue more.
Ah, no. Hard close at 6 for sure. Nisma, you're there, right?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, you sound very young. Okay, great. I've learned from my mother never to ask a woman her age, so I'm not going to do that. But Nisma, okay, let's have some fun. How long have you been a Toastmaster, Nisma?
This is my second Zoom meeting.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, fine.
She's a student actually. So just like a forewarning kind of types. So
Yeah, I'm not going to ask how was your married life been like. Yeah, sure. So Toastmaster Nisma, the topic for you is okay. You ready, Nisma?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. My experience in Toastmasters. My experience in Toastmasters. Toastmaster Nisma.
Okay. Yeah. So, hello everyone. My experience in Toastmaster is, before joining, I was a bit nervous because I'm a bit shy when it comes to talking. So I was a bit nervous how I would participate. But then as I attended one meeting, and then I felt everyone is very much loving and very much like helping nature, which leaded to be a good journey. I mean, I am feeling a bit good about participating in as a Toastmaster right now, and I'm looking forward to have a very great journey or learning more things from Toastmasters. I would love to be more confident during my speeches or during this table talks. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nisma. Huge round of applause in her very second meeting, guys. I loved how you did that, Nisma, where you compared Toastmasters. You didn't directly go and say your experience in Toastmasters. You spoke about how in the past you were afraid of talking, and then how people here are very helpful, and how you did that, as well as in the future. I mean, the reason, okay, now I have to be very honest with you guys. The reason why I gave this topic is this topic technically is very difficult to do in any of the techniques which I have told. One is the what do you say, the prep, the PPF. That's why I'm very impressed that you used PPF technique here, because it was just your second meeting. I was thinking that there is no way that you would have had in the past. My Toastmasters meeting used to be like that. In the present, it's like that. In the future, you could not have done that. So that's why I gave this to you.
Yeah.
But the way you twisted it is absolutely brilliant. But you kind of spoiled the message I wanted to give. But the point I wanted to give you guys is this. Sometimes prep won't come in your mind. PPF won't come. PCS won't come. 3A won't come. Nothing will come into your mind. Okay. At that time, guys, just calm down, relax, breathe, and just talk. That's it. You have to talk for 2 minutes. Just talk. Whatever comes to your mind, just do and just talk. Because if you're able to kill the butterflies in your stomach, and if you're able to actually go on stage and deliver, I can assure you that the president and the VP Education is going to be proud of you. Okay, so if you have that extra pressure to win all the time, it becomes very difficult. Soon with practice, you will perfect techniques and you will become brilliant. But if you do not remember any of the techniques, don't beat yourself up. Just go ahead, go on stage and try to do the best that you can. That's all that anyone wants of you. You don't need to panic. Just go ahead and speak. Okay. So I just want to say thank you to all. I mean, thank you, Shobha, for inviting me over here. And I want to thank all of you for laughing at my nonsensical jokes, which can be considered borderline sexist as well. But you guys have been quite, you know what, sporting personalities. I'm glad that I met a lot of you for the first time as well. And I hope that all of you do contest for the table topics. You don't need to pass level 2 or level 3 or nothing of that sort. Even if it is just going there on stage and just speaking for 2 minutes, just do that. And you never know, you might actually win at club, win at area, and you might end up becoming a DTAC champion, if not this year, in the future years to come. So do practice, do go ahead. I think Shobha has my number. I will, if you want, you can just get in touch with me. I will share this presentation with you guys, and please do have a look at it. And all the best for the table topics. So thank you so much, and back to you. I think Tina, I'll give it back to you. All right.
Thank you so much once again, Toastmaster Stephen. See, so I think you proved my fact as to my honesty was there in what I said. I think you proved me right. So thank you for that. I think it was a very insightful training session, because I think we were able to, I think I'm saying the word I think. Thank God there's no R counter today. I seem to be saying I think quite a lot today. So it was an insightful session. We have a lot of positive learning, a lot of, I mean, our mind has been opened up into a lot of techniques that we can definitely be, you know, apply when we are in front of the audience and trying to speak on our feet, because it's not easy. And you have definitely given us a lot of food for thought that we can also practice in our daily life. As you said, practice makes perfect. We will definitely be trying to make sure that we are practicing our techniques. Toastmaster Surabhi, if you could just share, this is a small token of appreciation from our
Thank
side.
you.
Toastmaster
Thank
Steve,
you.
thank you so much for taking the time out for our showstoppers. Great having you here. And all the best to you too.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you so much. By the power vested in me by Toastmasters International. Yeah, that's the conclusion, Tina. She's so involved.
In me. I close meeting number 31. Thank you, all ladies.
Yeah, I would like to add just a sentence, maybe like, no, because when I was looking for a person, it was Sharon who suggested me, and then I was like, no, I was in doubt whether being a division director, like whether you'll say yes or no, but you immediately said yes. Thanks a lot for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shobha. Any other club with all ladies, you just need to let me know. I'll be there. Okay, so don't worry about it. I'll definitely come. It's okay.
Now you're reaching the border. You're crossing
No,
the border.
yeah, just yeah. I'll just shut up right now. So, all right. So thank you so much, guys. I think it's 6, so I think I'll stick to the promise of closing by 6. So thank you so much, guys, and do invite me for future if any fun meetings are there, and I'll definitely try to make it. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. Take care and bye bye.
Have a great evening. Take care.
You
Thank
too. Bye.
टीना,
Yes.
अच्छा, अभी तो हम लोग नहीं कर सकते, क्या करना है? We want, anyway, we had a mock session, which was, I think most of us got the hang of it.
Yes.
Yeah. No, are you planning about the contest? How many of you are taking
Yes,
part?
now we need to exactly get in the numbers. Most of you are here. It's better that we get the final numbers for the contest.
That is a craft.
We need to prepare for the contest and arrange for the judges and all. So I would request everyone to be a part of the table topics and also evaluations. We will have the evaluation and the table topics contest next week. So let's how many can participate? Just take it. It will be like this one. It will be a very casual one, but yes, there will be judges judging us. But you don't have to be worried about that. We can't see them. So think that it is just take it up as a challenge and come forward and take part. since we are having very few members, I would request everyone to be there for the contest to take
Hey,
part.
Mazrat, you're not contesting in the evaluation. Come on.
No, no, she is contesting. She's contesting. She's contesting. Oh, everyone, I think everyone can give it a try. Yeah, come on, it's okay, no problem.
From humorous and
Screen in right direction. How you know? I was watching Steven like this. I was not able to see straight because the screen, no, it's actually hurting my eyes.
okay.
So I
Okay.
Yeah,
don't know.
okay. That
You should
might
have
be
closed
challenge.
the screen and heard him, na? मतलब वो headphone लगाना था. Okay, anyways. Okay, so ladies, I'm going to put everyone's name for the table topics and evaluation. No asking, no going. Come on, everyone.
Yes, Flemmy. Come on.
All of them.
We wait
Yes.
for table topics.
Yes, Shalma.
Not for
I'm
the
there.
evaluations.
What?
Why not, Flemmy? You
I'll
can
be there for
definitely
table
do evaluation
topics.
also.
No,
Go
all
ahead.
you all want? Do you all want a session on evaluation before the contest? Let us know. We will arrange for somebody, even if it is just for that 1 hour or half an hour or 45 minutes. We can arrange for somebody if you all want somebody to help with the
Hi,
evaluation.
Seema. You should also participate, Seema.
No. I am done. Last year I participated in everything. That's more than enough. This time newcomers have to participate. All right, ladies, I need to leave. My son has got exam.
Table topics. तो कर सकते हैं ना?
Okay. Bye, Seema.
Bye.
Tina, when is this happening? Both next Monday?
Yes, next Monday.
Next
Both will
Monday.
be at the same time because it won't take much time.
Yeah. Table topics won't take.
And evaluation. That's it.
Same time means 4 to 6, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
4 to 6. Our usual club meeting timing, club to
Yeah.
4 to 6.
There's no one for humorous speech like
Nobody is there, Shobha. That's what I've been urging members. Anyone
international?
interested? Those who have, for that, no level completion, no, Shobha? Is there any level completion?
No.
For humorous speech, there is
Only international has level completion.
yes, 2 levels have to be completed to compete in this one. Otherwise, we don't have anyone for humorous now. Even now, if anyone is interested, you all can give in your names. And
Arabi, വായിക്കുന്നില്ലേ Kiara? Oh, sorry.
if there is no one, if there is not, if there is only one participant, then they qualify directly. But if we have more than one participant, then we have to conduct a competition. So if anyone is interested, even now you all can come and give your names for humorous or international. Yes, you have to complete. All those who have completed level 2 are eligible to compete. So y'all can think about it, about the humorous and all, but yes, table topics, evaluation, ladies, please come forward and take. It's okay, yaar, we all have done it last year and I'm sure we're doing it. Just take it like a regular meeting, maybe just the way we would evaluate a normal person. We can just do it, I'm sure. If you all need anything regarding any doubts on evaluation and if you all want someone to come and speak, we can see if something can be arranged during the week, but it's only if you all are interested for that. 1 hour session we can have so that only the speaker comes and gives tips or something about that thing also, if required only. If anyone
already, I think Tina has given good education.
Tina has already given a session on that, but that's what I said. If you need a brush up, कुछ और चाहिए तो कुछ कर सकते हैं अगर चाहिए. जैसे अभी टेबल टॉपिक्स भी हमारे साथ बहुत बार हुआ है, but yet it's always a new thing when you listen from different people.
Yeah, I'll just stop the recording. Huh?
Yeah. So yeah.